Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I could use your help with how to properly deploy capital for one particular idea that I have. So as you know, I have two organizations here that I just started, the 501c3 Repair Preservation Group, the 501c4 Repair Preservation Group Action Fund. The one I've been doing all the fundraising for is the 501c4 Repair Preservation Group Action Fund. That's the one that the GoFundMe is for, and that's the one that all the donations have been going to. Today I'd like to discuss the other one, the 501c3. That one is already capitalized. There was a donor who liked what I was doing and wanted to contribute to that organization. That organization's mission is to help make repair accessible and more affordable to all people, whether it is by creating resources that help repair shops with their job or creating resources that just help you as an end consumer understand how to fix your product. And part of that mission is this wiki that I have at wiki2.rossmanngroup.com. On this wiki, you'll see that there's all different types of content here on how to fix all different types of devices. And when you look, you'll see that I have these lists where you'll have problem on the left, solution on the right. The whole idea here was to take the signature failures that exist in all the devices that I regularly work on and easily index them someplace where everybody could find them. And as you can see here, I have all of these different videos over here. I have something like 600 different videos on how to fix every single problem you could ever imagine on a MacBook board. But it's still difficult to find if you know the answer to a specific problem. That's where this comes in. The whole idea here is for any of these problems you see on the left, you have a solution, what component to check, what voltages to check for, what signals to check for, what is likely causing your problem on the right. I want to create this for everything. And the issue that I'm having is figuring out how to encourage other people to contribute to this but me. So right now, I'm very happy that the people in the Discord I'll link to down below, the Open Repair Discord, have fixed the formatting, which was horrible before, and made it look so much nicer. I am very appreciative to them for that. I'm also very appreciative that they've been going through all of my videos and adding all of my solutions to this database, which is great. This is great, besides the fact that I have to use Cloudflare on it and all this stuff because it constantly gets DDoSed by assholes. But there are a bunch of different guides on here, and it has all the information that I go over in my videos indexed so you can find it easily. I want this for everything. I want all the signature problems for all the devices in the world. I know, bit ambitious, bit crazy, but I'd like to get that started, you know, for other brands of laptops, other cell phones, and cell phones in general. This would be a great thing to have data for. The reason this is important is because it's not economically viable for many repair shops to fix something if they have to put in 100 hours of research to find the problem. So for some of the flaws, some of the problems that I go over here, the only reason I figured this out is because I have worked on that board for 100 or 200 or 300 or 500 hours. And I have the luxury of being able to put that much time into it because this specific device is a device that I will see 30,000 times. If I see that device 30,000 times, then I have the luxury of being able to put 200 hours into research and development to figure out a solution. If you're a repair shop that's seeing this for the first time, you can't do that. You only have the luxury of an hour or two max if a customer is only going to be willing to pay $200 to fix something that costs $500 or $600. So what having this information out there does is it allows repair shops to say yes to repairs they otherwise would have said no to, or it allows them to be successful with repairs they otherwise would have failed at. Issues like the U8900 issue on the A1398 from 2012, or the C9560 issue on the A1286 from 2010, again, these are issues that we can fix after we've had 200 hours to work on that board and figure it out. And the benefit of this is that this will allow people to work on devices without having to put that in there, which makes repair an economically viable option for the customer, whether the customer wants to fix their own device on themselves or they want to pay a repair shop to do it for them. Now, this organization is funded, and I have many different things I want to do with this organization. One of the things I want to do with this organization is expand this wiki and have more people post to it. The problem we're having right now are the issues of how it's nice to have money for it, but how do you use that money to make this better? Because it's easy to throw money at a problem, but it's actually much harder to actually have the money solve that problem. Because more money, more problems, as a famous rapper used to say. That makes it very easy to screw things up. So there are many ways you could go about this that I see. The first is you could just find someone who is an expert at repairing a specific device and pay them a yearly salary that is higher than what they make as a repair person to contribute to this. Doing that would mean that the money would run out virtually immediately and I'd have very few devices up here. The next is you could pay people small snippets for the amounts that they contribute. However, there's also a problem with this, which is that most people tend to react negatively to this as an option. Why? Most people in this business have the idea, and this even admittedly some of my best friends, that if they show other people how to fix devices using information they know, that their business will be negatively affected because of it. If more people know how to do what I do, that means there's less value in what I do, which means that I will go out of business and fail. And it's really weird that this is this is a popular thought process, because when you look through my videos here, I have over 600 videos going over every single flaw you could find on a MacBook motherboard. Every single possible issue is shown here. I don't hide anything. Nothing is behind closed doors. Nothing is, you know, pay me $5 and I'll tell you how I fixed it, or I'll show you, I'll show you the edited ending if you pay me kind of thing. It's all out there. And my business has continued to grow over the years as I posted all this stuff. Yet, in spite of this example, where I'm pretty much showing people how to do my job, and I still have my job, many people think that if they share their information, their niche industry information, that their business will go out of business. And my thoughts are the exact opposite. If everybody contributes to this database, that means that every repair business will be able to now offer repairs that they didn't before. So let's say there's a device that comes into your store with a weird problem and you say, I probably can't fix this. You know, this is a $300 device. You want to pay $100 to $200 to fix it. This is going to take me 50 hours to figure out what's wrong with it. No, and I may not even figure it out. However, if this database exists with all of the different problems, then you could look and you could see if the issue is in that database, and if it has a seemingly simple solution, it may be worth it for you to risk it and go for the repair if you believe that it is reasonable to fix it, economically viable way for the price that the customer is willing to pay. It also means that you as a consumer would be able to have a repair option available to you that you otherwise wouldn't, because if there's only one person in the US that knows this specific solution, you would have to find that one specific person in order to get a successful repair. Whereas if that person put it in this database, then they could go anywhere to get the repair. Because what are the chances that they're going to find the only person that knows how to do it in the US? Pretty low. Whereas if the information is here, they can go to their local repair shop and get it done. Now that local repair shop can offer more repairs. Now you may think, well, what good does this do me? I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to help him fix something. Well, if everybody contributes, now you'll be able to offer repairs that weren't economically viable to you before that are economically viable to you. It also means that the consumer who is looking at this and saying, this thing's $200. Is it really worth it for me to put in 20 hours of time to figure out what's wrong with it? No. Can now look at this and wait a second. Now it's actually worth it, because it may just be this thing that I can fix in 15 minutes. So even if you are not a business, having this database is going to be helpful to consumers. The thing is, there is money to be spent on this. But how should this be built out? Because right now what I have is a site where, for the most part, 99% of the troubleshooting data here is just me. And I want to grow this. Now, many have asked, what is the difference between something like, let's say this, and iFixit? That's a great question. iFixit has information on what I would call, the simpler repairs. How to replace a display assembly. How to replace a glued-in battery. Whereas this site is going for the repairs that are a bit more difficult. The kind of stuff that you're not going to find in the manufacturer's repair guide. The stuff that you're not going to find in a simple YouTube video. Again, motherboard issues, liquid damage and corrosion issues. So this is going for the more advanced kind of board level stuff, or the more the stuff, essentially the stuff that you're not going to find on iFixit is what you're going to find here. It's not because we're better or worse than iFixit. It's just I'm aiming for something that is a bit different. I'm aiming to go for the repairs that you want to do, but that everybody is essentially hoarding how to do it, the information how to do it for them. And again, stuff like educational materials, like how to tell when you're done with a liquid damage repair. So this is a liquid damage repair that was actually done by a trainee who no longer is here, who thought that this was good. But anyway, you could see I said this is a good cap, this is semi-good, this is destroyed. I go over how to detect liquid damage, what traces or vias are good and which ones are bad, so that you know what needs rework, so quality assurance stuff. And there's also some standards here that I am actually going to eventually incorporate into a website. So I have a Reddit that I posted many of my company standards to that have made it easier for us to offer good service to customers without screwing up. And eventually I'm going to add this here as well. The whole idea is to make it easier for repair shops to do business when they're first starting out by going over practical rules that will make things easier for them. So easier to get good ratings, easier for them to run logistics-wise and not lose things or screw things up. So everything here, the title is the rule and the description of it is the reason that rule exists and how it's going to help you in the future. So what I'm looking for is advice from all of you on how I can get this wiki to be what I want it to be, which is a treasure trove of information on how to do repairs for all different types of devices. Again, the only three things I thought of at this point were A, ask people politely in my videos. That failed. I mean, just to be honest. Second was to pay someone full time who is the best in their particular field to contribute. But again, doing that, the money would be gone pretty much instantly. The third was to pay people on a piecemeal basis for certain types of contributions. But again, I need a way to vet whether that information is correct. So someone may submit information on something I don't know how to fix, and I don't even know if this is correct. So I don't, I don't know if it's good, so I don't know if it may be worth paying for. And also, most people believe that they are going to make more money by hoarding that information than they ever would off of a one-time payout. So I'm really at a loss right now on how I can build this up and really make this into what I envision it to be, which is a treasure trove of information on how to fix all of these popular in-demand devices that people want fixed by getting all the information out of individual technicians' heads and putting it over here so that we all are smarter together. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm also going to include an invite link to the Open Repair Discord where a lot of the volunteers who helped me build this, thank you very much all of you for helping me build this and stop it from getting hacked all the time, speak on a regular basis so you can give your ideas and your feedback and discuss potential contributions and what you think we should be doing to make this better. I want this to be something that helps the community. And again, when I started doing board repair, when I started working on MacBooks, I would have killed for something like this to be there. And so I want to figure out how can we build this for all the other devices out there that I don't work on. How do we find that talent? How do we incentivize and motivate them to post to this every time they find a problem? Because I want people to think, aha, I figured it out, finally. And for the first thing that they want to do before they even fix it, is go to this wiki and post it. I'm going to stop repeating myself now. See you all in the next video.